So we end up flying through, and I'm thinking, like, this is really interesting.
Was Eden with you? He kind of goes with you on these things.
Eden comes with me sometimes, not all the time, because if I'm leaving my body, he's there to watch it to make sure nothing gets to it. Okay. So sometimes Eden will go with me, and a lot of times he'll be sitting there watching me to make sure nothing, because I've had most instances where I'm coming back to my body and there's demons there and Eden's there fighting to keep, and I can't get back in until he deals with that. That's always kind of fun. So I'm just kind of hovering, like, get him, Eden, you can do it. Go ahead.
Finish the story, but we're gonna double down on that.
Oh yes,
in a second, because we need to talk about the astral stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I'll bring us back to that.
Yes.
So you have this 11-year-old angel.
Yes. Yes, we should talk about that. So I am flying through the air, and then I said, where are we going? And he said, he said, to my father's house. And I'm thinking, well, angels usually don't call God Father because he's not their father. So I was like, that's weird. And so we go to this beautiful, it was like a cabin. And I noticed an angel came out of there that I have met before, Uriel. The angel with the fire, the eyes of fire, and deals with the luminaries and the stars.
He's in the Book of Enoch, isn't he? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
Yeah, big time. One of the oldest of the angels. Angels are archangels are known for how old they are in the created order when they were made. Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, some of them were created first before the other ones, so they are seen as archangels. They have much more authority. They're much more old.
Was Lucifer an archangel, or was he?
He was a covering cherub, so he was old. So when they say that angel is old, they don't mean age, they mean authority.
Got it.
So he's old. That means authority.
Okay.
So then Uriel comes out, and I said, your father. And he said, that Uriel's my father. I'm his son. And I went, wait a minute, how does this work? And then he looked at me, he said, of course we reproduce. He said, we have to. He said, that's when I began to understand that angels isn't a name of a species, it's a job. It's like saying a title, I'm a doctor, So when they take this, why there's angels that look different than the human looking ones. Like some of them can look like a tiger, some can look like that. Because what it means an action. It means an employment, a messenger. That's all it means, but it doesn't describe a species. Doesn't describe, and the spirit world is full of different kinds of species that are just from different realms. So it's odd. We're the odd ones that we think like, oh, but they're like, oh, we get that. You're just a type of species. You're the best of them because you actually were made in the image of God. So we're the weird ones because we're sitting here struggling, wondering if what's out there. And they're like, there's hundreds of the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. So that's how I knew that angels were reproducing. And then Uriel looked at me and he said, absolutely. He said, we're different than you. He said, but we love. We have the ability to create. We have the ability to dislike. We have the ability to have favorites. And I thought, wow, man, they're intelligent beings. And then he said, why is it so odd when in Genesis 6, when the angels came down to find the women and they found them attractive and they reproduced with them? He said, they have to have sexual parts. And I thought, well, of course. Why did that, but that we're trained to, we need to read the Bible and we need to read it for what it is and not dismiss things because we are uncomfortable, with it.
It works both ways too, because the two angels in Sodom and Gomorrah,
absolutely,
the humans were attracted to them.
Yep.
So, but that's abomination territory, correct? Like that's why, Azazel and those guys were like judged. It's an abomination. Like you don't reproduce with
absolutely
humans.
They got in trouble big time.
Yeah, I was just looking at your Facebook post from January last year.
So this dude said angels reproduce. He done said he was taken up into heaven, the third heaven, I guess he said. He said it was a young angel. He was 11 years old he met. He said it's it's all kind of species out there of angels or different creations. that whole that whole interview is just, it's interesting to see what this dude be talking about. Like, he be saying some stuff. Like, he's supposed to be like a seer, so he sees into the spirit realm, and he talk about astral projection and how some people do it, I guess, illegally, like satanic people and demonic people, how they astral project out of their bodies and go do stuff. But he says God does that to him. So he says he don't do it willingly, but God does it for him and takes him up, like in the Bible, when they took Ezekiel up or John up, or when they took a prophet up into the spirit and showed him things. That's what he says happens to him. He got a whole church, he a pastor and everything. He a seer. He say he be seeing Jesus with him, like Jesus be with him. He talk to Jesus. He talk about what Jesus looked like. Like, this is crazy. Like, it's hard. That's something that's hard to believe. Like, especially, I don't know, you know, certain things is just tough. Like, he even got a part in there when he was saying that he had a vision when Jesus showed him when Satan fell from heaven. He seen the whole thing, like a movie or something. He get all emotional and stuff, but then there's times where he stopped, when they ask him questions, he stops and like have to think about it. People be saying that's when he be coming up with what he gonna say. But then he, you know, he might have to, because he said it's been happening to him his whole life. So he have to think about, you know, all the experiences like a memory. So he has to think about what happened then. And so he, you know. But what y'all think about this? I can't really just make a judgment on it just yet. You know, my mind automatic, he fake, I don't believe this. But then again, you know, I'ma wait and just, you know, process this. Cause he said a whole lot in that interview. I mean, this stuff is crazy. It's kind of crazy. You know, my mind already like, he capped. But I don't know. It's some very interesting stuff he was talking about though. That's why, you know, it's entertaining. You know, even if that's not God, he's seeing this stuff, because there's a lot of things that demons can do. You know, Satan transformed himself into an angel of light. So it's a lot of things that these spirits can do to make you, you know, to fool you. And if you're a person that's into that type of stuff, you might be fooled by it. Hopefully he not being fooled, but then he could be, you know. That stuff dangerous, you know. Scripture say nobody been to heaven but the Son of Man who is in heaven, you know. I don't know, man. Like, he can see things. God showing him things. You never know. Hard to judge. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. You think he capped or what? That was an interesting interview. I'll leave the link in the description. I encourage y'all to check it out. It's like, I think it's like almost 3 hours when he just going. And it's like he got multiple interviews. I'll probably do another video about the other one. But yeah, y'all go check that out.